Hello, friends. It's Miss Barbara from your pre-K class. I am so excited to be able to read a book to you today. This particular book is one of my favorites and one of my son's favorites. It is called Martina the Beautiful Cockroach, and I thought this would be appropriate since we have been talking about insects, and a cockroach is a type of insect. This particular book is based on what is called a folk tale. A folk tale is like a story that maybe somebody made up or just continued to tell for many, many years. So the author of this book is Carmen Deedy, and she wrote this book based on the folk tale. The person that drew the pictures, or the illustrator, is Michael Austin, and I really hope that you're going to enjoy this book. About 10 years ago, the author, Carmen Deedy, came to my son's school and read this book, or read this story, and Jared, we bought one for him, and she actually autographed the inside of it. For my friend Jared, she drew a picture of Martina. With love, Carmen Deedy, 2010. So now it's 2020, so that this book is 10 years old, and it's still in really good shape. Okay, so here we go. Martina the Beautiful Cockroach. Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha was a beautiful cockroach. Cucaracha is the Spanish word for cockroach. She lived in a cozy street lamp in old Havana with her big, lovable family. Now that Martina was 21 days old, she was ready to give her leg in marriage. The Cucaracha household was crawling with excitement. Every señora is the Spanish word for an older lady, in the family had something to offer. Tia Cuca, that would be her Spanish aunt, gave her una piñeta, a seashell comb. Mama gave her una mantilla, a lace shawl that is like a piece of clothing that a lady would wear over their shoulders. But abuela, her Cuban grandmother, gave her un consejo incredible, some shocking advice. Wonder what it was. You want me to do what? Martina was aghast. That means she was shocked. You are a beautiful cockroach, said abuela. Finding husbands to choose from will be easy. Picking the right one could be tricky. But, stammered Martina, how will spilling coffee on a suitor's shoes help me find a good husband? Her grandmother smiled. It will make him angry. Then you'll know how he will speak to you when he loses his temper. Trust me, Martina, the coffee test never fails. Martina wasn't so sure. There's Martina, and there's her abuela, her grandmother. Meanwhile, Papa sent El Perico, the parrot, to spread the word. Soon all Havana, from the busy sidewalks of El Prado to El Moro Castle, was abuzz with the news. Martina, the beautiful cockroach, was ready to choose a husband. As was the custom, Martina would greet her suitors from the balcony. It's like a porch. Under her family's many watchful eyes, daintily she sat down and crossed her legs, and crossed her legs, and crossed her legs. Why do you think she crossed her legs 3 times? Because insects have 6 legs, so she had 3 sets to cross. She didn't have long to wait, though. Don Gallo, the rooster, strutted up first. Martina tried not to stare at his splendid shoes. Splendid means they were really, really, really nice. Keeping one eye on his reflection, Don Gallo greeted her with a sweeping bow. Caramba! You really are a beautiful cockroach. I will look even more fabulous with you on my wing. With that, he leaned forward and crooned. That's kind of like singing. Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha, beautiful muchacha, won't you be my wife? Martina hesitated only for an instant. Coffee, senor? Right on cue, Abuela appeared. With a quick glance at her grandmother, Martina nervously splattered coffee onto the rooster's spotless shoes. "Oh my," she said with mock dismay, "I'm all feelers today." "Kiki, Riki!" The rooster was furious. "Clumsy cockroach! I will teach you better manners when you are my wife." Martina was stunned. The coffee test had worked. "A most humble offer, Senor," she said coolly, "but I cannot accept. You are much too cocky for me." Don Cerdo the pig hoofed up next. His smell curled the little hairs on Martina's legs. "What an unimaginable scent," Martina wheezed. "Is it some new pig cologne?" "Oh no, senorita. It's the sweet aroma of my pigsty. Rotten eggs, turnip peels, stinky cheese." Don Cerdo licked his chops and sang. "Martina, Josefina, Catalina, Cucaracha, beautiful muchacha, won't you be my wife?" Martina had already left in search of the coffee. She wasted no time with the pig. "Gronk, gronk," squealed Don Cerdo as he dabbed at the coffee on his shoes. "What a tragedy for my poor loafers." Loafers are a type of shoes. "He really is quite a ham," thought Martina. "Calm yourself, senor. I'll clean them for you." "I'll say you will," he smiled. "When you are my wife, there'll be no end to the cleaning up after me." Martina rolled her eyes in disbelief. "A most charming offer, senor," she said dryly, "but I must decline. You are much too boorish for me." The coffee test had saved her from another unsuitable suitor. The pig was scarcely out of sight when Don Lagarto, the lizard, crept over the railing. His oily fingers brushed the little cockroach's lovely mantilla. "You shouldn't sneak up on a lady like that." "I don't sneak, I creep," he said, circling Martina. For some reason, this fellow really bugged her. "I've had enough of creeps for one day," said Martina. "Adios." "But I need you. Wait." The lizard fell on one scaly knee and warbled. "Martina, Josefina, Catalina, Cucaracha, beautiful muchacha, won't you be my wife?" Martina sighed. "Let me see if there's any coffee left." This time she wasn't taking any chances. Martina returned with 2 cups for the lizard. "Psst, psst," he spat. Don Lagarto was livid. That means he was just really excited and mad. He changed colors 3 times before he finally found his true one. "And to think," he hissed, "I was going to marry you." Martina stared at the lizard. You could have heard a breadcrumb drop. "Food for thought, senor," Martina said icily, "but I must refuse. You are much too cold-blooded for me." When her grandmother returned to collect the day's coffee cups, Martina was still fuming. That means she was just really mad and upset. "I'm going inside, Abuela." "So soon?" "See, I'm afraid of whom I might meet next." Abuela drew Martina to the railing and pointed to the garden below. "What about him?" Martina looked down at the tiny brown mouse, and her cockroach heart began to beat faster. "Tiki-tan, Tiki-tan." "Oh, Abuela, he's adorable. Where has he been?" "Right here all along." "What do I do?" "Go talk to him and just be yourself." Martina handed Abuela her piñata and mantilla, then scurried down to the garden. The mouse was waiting. "Tiki-tan, Tiki-tan." "Hola, hello." His voice was like warm honey. "My name is Perez." "Hola," she whispered shyly. "I'm Martina." "The beautiful cockroach," he finished for her. "You think I'm beautiful?" The little mouse turned pink under his fur. "Well, My eyes are rather weak, but I have excellent ears. I know you are strong and good. Martina Josephina Catalina Cucaracha. Then he squinted sweetly. Who cares if you're beautiful? Ticky tan, ticky tan. Martina, don't forget the coffee. It was Abuela. No, thought Martina, no coffee for Perez. Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha. Si, Abuela. Martina knew better than to argue with her Cuban grandmother. With a heavy heart, she reached for the cup. But Perez got there first, quick as a mouse. He splashed Cafe Cubana onto Martina's shoes. Now the coffee was on the other foot. Martina was too delighted to be angry. At last, she'd found her perfect match. But she had to ask, how did you know about the coffee test? Perez grinned. Well, mi amor, my love, I too have a Cuban grandmother. Wasn't that a wonderful story, friends? I just love it. It never gets old for me. Now I would like to share with you how you can draw your very own Martina face like the author Carmen Didi did. First of all, you will need a plain piece of paper and a crayon. I'm using a black one. First of all, you're going to draw a circle. And I know all of you know how to draw a circle, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Then you're going to do 2 dots for eyes, like that. Another little dot for a nose. Put a smile on her face because she's happy that she found the little mouse. Here's the smile. And then she's got to have some antenna. So you do these little curly Q things. And they don't have to be perfect. Just like that. And then since she's a girl cockroach, you might want to put some little eyelashes on her. And there you have Martina, the beautiful cockroach. Friends, I really enjoyed reading this story to you today, and I'm looking forward to when we can all be together again. See you later. Bye.